All right, y'all. We back with part 5 of my Hoodoo Storytime, The Bottle. In the words of Grandma Bell, some spirits are born people, and some spirits are born from what people leave behind. We going back, y'all. Back in time. All right, boom. The spirit of Bazu has been laying dormant in the swamp and in the creek water for many years. Before slavery, before anybody really even came into this town. It's just been an evil entity that has been laying dormant. But the blood, the sweat, and the tears of many slaves and many indigenous Americans that have went through so many hard times, and the pain and suffering that they have went through is what awoken Abazu. He feeds off of sadness, fear, trauma, and anger. Poor settlers believe that this evil spirit remembered all the pain and all the death that has happened. And we know water holds memory, y'all. So this is what festered and caused Abazu to wake up. Drownings, lynchings, murders, abandoned bodies, grief and suffering, lost children, all soaked into this creek, y'all. And this is what festered as a result. Grandma Bell's voice is in Nadine's head as she is walking up these steps. Abazu wasn't born the way people are born. It started as something sleeping deep beneath the swamp. The old people used to say that the creek carried sorrow. Every drowning, every murder, every grieving mother, the water kept it. And over time, something in that darkness woke up. Grandma Bell said that every place got spirits. Some belong there and some don't. So Abazu fed off of all that, y'all, and that's how it became to be. So after years of laying dormant in the swamp and the creek, Abazu meets the Bottle Man. The Bottle Man used to be a regular person. He was a gifted root worker, and his specialty was bottles. He could trap things in bottles, or he could make bottles for people that needed help. So a lot of people in the town would come to him, and they would get him to do work for them. But then tragedy set in. His pregnant wife became very ill, and they couldn't find a cure. She was always sick and bedridden. He was thinking that the baby had her feeling this way, and that after she had the baby, that she would be back to her old self. But after having a baby and going into labor, she ended up dying, and then the baby died 2 days later. Bottle Man was devastated. Everything happened in that same very house that Nadine and her family lived in, and the same house that she was in right now. So, Bottle Man became very depressed. He felt like giving up on life, and this depression caused him to become very evil. He would go to the creek and do dark rituals. Nothing seemed to work. He was even thinking about taking his own life at one point. Then one night, under the moonlight, as he did another ritual, he cried out, and Abazu appeared to him. It was a ghost-like figure. It communicated with him through the water. It was like he was looking at his reflection, but then the spirit changed the reflection to itself. And without even speaking, it was telepathically speaking about a man. And it told him that if you want your family back, you have to bring me the souls of little children, bottle them up, and keep them someplace safe. And if you do this, if you bring me the souls of at least 10 children, then I'll give you your family back. So Bottle Man began to work for Abazu. But over time, Bottle Man started to figure out that Abazu was just using him just to feed off of the children, and that he was never gonna get his family back. So one night, the bottom man decided that he was not going to work for Abazu anymore. And Abazu must have picked up on this, because the bottom man was in the secret room behind the wall, and he was about to break all the jars and bottles and let all the souls out. But before he could do that, the spirit of Abazu appeared. And it caused him to feel like he was having some type of heart attack. He was paralyzed. He lay on the ground, and a bunch of water out of nowhere filled the room and went inside of his body, y'all. From that point on, Bottle Man was possessed by Abazu, and he continued to take the souls of little children. Abazu became so out of control that people in the town started to figure out that it had to be something evil that was mysteriously taking the lives of these children. That's when a couple of the people from the town got together. So the elders of the town all got together and they devised a plan. They put iron chains around the area that they were doing the ritual by the swamp. That's how they originally started out, and that's how they beat Abazu. Okay, they put iron chains around. They put black salt around the iron chains. They got a bottle, of course, and also they got some of the creek water. Okay, with that they use blood. They use their blood to seal it. So this is what Grandma Bell explained to Nadine, and Nadine is on her way up the steps now. So Granddaddy Fox is well prepared, y'all. So Granddaddy Fox, he has a crowbar, he has a lantern, he also has that page out of the grimoire that they're gonna need once they weaken this entity. Okay, he has a burlap sack with some bottles in it, and he also has protective oil as well. So outside, Grandma Bell is pouring black salt around the whole house. Black salt that she has prayed over for protection. Then she pours black salt into another circle where her, Martha, and Cheryl will be locking hands and using the power of 3 to conjure the help from the ancestors. Once Nadine finds the room from her dreams, she sees the mirror. The mirror is cracked at this point, but in the dream it wasn't. So Granddaddy Fox moves the mirror, and that's where the door is. He uses the crowbar, he opens the door, and they both see this terrifying room full of jars and bottles with all the different body parts in it. They begin to slam them on the ground, break them, bust them all up. It is some water on the floor as well, but they're slamming these bottles and these jars down, and they are breaking. As they are breaking, it feels like the house is moving, like things start to shift and shake. Okay, on the outside of the house, Grandma Bell, Martha, and Cheryl, they lock hands in this inside of the black salt circle, and they have candles lit. They start praying. They start calling upon their ancestors, and the candles go out. Then they start hearing the dogs barking. They start hearing chickens. They start hearing roosters crowing. They start hearing that horses and all the animals in the area just start making noise, y'all. They are feeling the energy from what they are doing. Grandma Bell is so strong and powerful that Cheryl actually looks over in like amazement at this little old lady that is conjuring up all these spirits, y'all. And Martha looks over down, like further down by a big tree, and she sees the souls of little children, and they look like ghosts, and they're just staring at them. Everybody is like conjuring and working together to try to break this thing, okay? They get down to the last bottle, y'all, the big bottle, which is the one that they believe has little Michael spirit in it, y'all. Come back for part 6.